I'm a little more sitting up high on the road than a little car. I'm a little more bust your back and take it for free.
Okay guys, so we're back on the 2500 HD today. Got some more parts for it. One of them's right here. Yep, I got some Fender flares here. These are the pocket style Fender flares. These are cheap eBay flares. They say these are paintable. I don't know if they're good enough to actually be paintable, but I'm going to put them on the way they are, because I'm really kind of doing test fits here on everything, making sure everything's going to work, making sure I got the look I want. A little bit of assembly on these. You got to add the little bolts. This is not how they're attached. You do not drill into your Fender. There's clips underneath here. They clip into the Fender all the way around. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They're just cheap eBay Fenders, a little over $100 I think. They set of 4. Not sure I'm going to put the rear ones on or not. The truck doesn't have any front ones right now. It's kind of throwing off the look. I'm trying to get everything the way I want it to look, the level of the front end and the rear end and stuff. So these flares kind of have to go on for me to figure this out. Oh yeah, you got to put the little rubber thing in the back. If you want to see me do that, I did a video on the dually where I installed a set of these flares and I show the bolts and everything. So if you want to go check that out, you can actually see me put that stuff on. But this one's ready to go. I'm going to stick it on the Fender here. This Fender right here. And I'll be back. Okay, so I got this side on. And well, I had to use the clips that they sent because I have some regular clips, but they won't fit in the holes. They got these things here, and then they got this screw, if I can find one. They got these screws that go in there with a screw head that you can't fit a screwdriver on because it ain't deep enough. So I don't know, I'm just pounding them in there. I'll just cut them and break them off, I guess, when I pull them out. But that's how you got to install them. And I mean, I guess they'll hold. It looks like they're gonna hold. But I think I'm gonna look somewhere else for some flares. The flares I stuck on the dually were awesome. I gotta go back and see if I can't find out who I got them from. And I didn't pay much more than I paid for these, but these seem to be much cheaper. They really don't hug the body as nice as the dually ones. And I guess it's okay, except for when you get down to here. So they really drop the ball there, and that does not line up at all. But it's going to serve its purpose right here. I'm not sure I'm going to install those rear ones even. So okay, so I got this side installed, and the fit is just not that great. I guess if you're just trying to cover up some rust, you got a truck maybe you don't really care about all that much, these are probably the way to go, but they're pretty cheap, I gotta say. So I'm probably not gonna install them rear ones. Well, we might have to go with something else in the end here. But they're gonna get me by for now. They're gonna do what I need them to do. And the tire is now, a lot of it is now inside the Fender, which is what I like. I know there's a lot of people out there that want the tires way out from the fenders, and they got huge lips on the wheel. And I guess that's just not me. So I should be able to get this thing outside, and I'll be able to get the front end set. I think it's where I want it to be, but I gotta step back and you gotta look at it and make sure, because I want it to be where it needs to be before I get the alignment. I don't want to have to take it in and do another alignment, so I'm going to take my time and get it where I want it. So I guess I'm done here for the night. We'll have to get her outside and see what she looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to drive the truck and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the difference between a factory ride and a lifted ride. Obviously, they're not going to be the same. You're not going to get a factory ride out of a 6-inch lift and 35s. Okay, so my thoughts on the lifted truck. I don't think suspension wise it feels any different, because all you've done is lowered the factory suspension, so it still has the 2500 HD ride, and I mean the front is still using the same torsion bars and everything. It's just, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches lower. So I don't think the suspension don't feel any different. The ride don't feel any different. Now the steering, I can feel the 35s, even though it is a 2500 and it's got bigger steering components. I can still feel the 35s in the steering. You know, driving around, you can feel that your center of gravity is a little higher. I mean, it does feel a little different. It does not feel like a factory truck. If you want a factory feel, you should probably just leave your truck alone, or a leveling kit. I know my dually doesn't drive any different than it did before the leveling kit, so a leveling kit isn't going to change your factory feel. 6 inches, it's gonna change because you're a lot higher. Now, I am having an issue, and it's not the front end. I think I got the front end dialed in pretty good. It's like I don't think it's a vibration. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it's like an up and down feeling at like 55. And like I said, I don't think it's a vibration. I don't want to blame something that it's not. You know, the tires were on the cheaper side, and I was kind of worried about that. So, and the tires have balancing beads in them. I was happy with the dually. The dually's got 285s, and they put the balancing beads in there, and I'm happy with that. I'm just not sure that it's working out for these 35s. I may rebalance my rear tires, or maybe add weight to them to see if I can stop this. But you know, other than the 55 and feeling this up and down, I mean, I can watch the dog, and I can watch him kind of going up and down, and I can feel it too. The roads here are really bad right now, so it's hard to tell. It could be our bad roads too, because it almost seems like it comes and goes. You know, going down the road, it'll stop sometimes, and then it'll start back up. So I did end up taking off my rear tires and looking things over. I found a bunch of rusty crud on the hub, and I don't really know if that was messing up the wheel on the hub or not, but I cleaned that off. It didn't seem to help, so apparently that wasn't it. I'm gonna have to keep looking and keep chasing down that problem, because it's kind of annoying. 55 is a common speed. I mean, that's what I go most of the time, is 55 around here, so I can't really have a shake at 55, so we'll have to figure that out. Four-wheel drive feels good. I've gone 45 in four-wheel drive. I don't feel anything in the steering wheel. I don't feel anything in the front end. I don't feel anything shaking. So I'm running the factory drive shaft. I don't have an aftermarket drive shaft. So there's my thoughts on the lift, guys. My first lifted 2500 pickup. And I've got one issue I got to figure out. I think I got my level set the way I want it, and then I got to get an alignment on the front. I'll have to make an appointment for that. But I'm gonna keep chasing down that problem at 55, and I'll let you guys know what happens, and you know what the deal is if I find it. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. It shouldn't be too difficult to narrow it down. So that's gonna do it for me, guys, in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.